Hi everyone, welcome back to episode 12 of the MacroActive Town Halls. I'm Sarah Kelsey, product marketer at MacroActive and podcast host for the One Up project.
And I'm Sam Williams, Chief Marketing Officer. At MacroActive, we're on a mission to impact 10 million people's lives and aim to be the most valuable platform for fitness and wellness coaches, entrepreneurs, and creators.
This week, we want to chat about what having your own platform can do for you and for your clients, specifically when your niche is women trying to grow lean muscle. So we bring on our fitness lead here at MacroActive, Alex, so that we could discuss how the platform supports this type of client. For joining us again, Alex. My first question for you is, what are some of the key elements a trainer will consider when putting together an exercise program for a woman, looking to tone up or gain some lean muscle?
Something that we quite commonly see with our trainers is that instead of using specific muscle groups, so quads, hamstrings, glutes, things like that, you can break these down into movement patterns. So a lot of our trainers will understand we've got different movement patterns like a squat pattern, a hinge pattern, a thrust pattern, things like that, where there's a lot of different exercises that can come into those different patterns, but they're not all the same in that final outcome. So for example, if I'm writing a program for a lower body, someone who wants to build up their lower body, generally you're going to give them 2, maybe 3 lower body sessions throughout the week. And then most commonly, it's potentially a quad-based one, a hamstring-based, and then maybe a glute-based workout as well. So by having these different movement patterns, it doesn't have to be specifically quads on one day, hamstrings the next, and then glutes the next. It could be a squat-based day, a hip thrust-based day, and then a hinge pattern-based day on that third one as well, just to make things that little bit more exciting.
Awesome. And so you've gone into it a little bit, but could you explain further how a trainer would approach this if they were manually creating that program?
Writing that program manually, again, would go through the process of hours of work, making sure that the exercises that you've given to this client is exactly what you believe for their goals, their needs, the days per week they can train, recovery time as well. So putting that all into play, that can take a lot of hours to write these different programs for one client, which takes away from time that you can really be out there expanding on your business.
Yeah, for sure. And so from your perspective, what elements of the platform kind of remove that need for the manual work?
So once these programs are written and entered into the back end with the structure that this trainer desires, with the exercises that they're provided too, each exercise is tagged with muscle groups, patterns, priorities, locations, things like that. When that final workout is generated, only specific exercises are going to go in specific slots. So rest assured, if there's a glute program that's been created by this trainer in the back end, if they only want glute exercises provided for that workout, there will only be glute exercises provided. If they only want them to be intermediate-based exercises, they'll receive intermediate-based exercises. If it's home or gym, they'll receive that. So it takes a lot of the guesswork out. If you've got that structure sorted and you've spent a lot of time on it, if you've got the right exercises, once these clients sign up to their programs, everything just flows on, and it's a lot less manual work that you have to do to keep these programs going.
It's such an important thing to note at the end too. And from your perspective as well, what kind of impact does this end up having on the trainer?
So once a program's fully written and entered into the platform and these exercises are tagged with these different groups as I just mentioned, you can let the platform just work its magic, generate these workouts for a customer on their front end. In that time, you can work on promoting your business, bringing more clients in, knowing that the platform is just cycling through that structure, freshly generating these exercises each time that it needs to. So you can bring more clients on board. They can sign up to these pre-written structured programs, and then you can allow you to bring in more clients on top of that, more revenue, and so on.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Alex is a trainer himself with clients and moving through the exact same process right now, setting up his platform. So as a PT, he is aware of the many challenges that come with creating manual programs. What did you think, Sam?
Yeah, mainly a business is truly not a business without a system. And that system needs to empower you to perform better as a fitness professional. So what you get with the MacroActive platform is a system that enables you to customize workouts and do this at scale.
For sure. A main theme I took away from my conversation with Alex was the time that a platform saves you. As a trainer, you're often spending hours writing manual programs, but in addition to that, trying to build your own business and online presence at the same time. So having a platform is going to allow you to still provide fully customized plans for your clients while focusing on helping more people. But you can have peace of mind that every program is not only specific to that person, but in line with your beliefs about health and fitness as well.
Yeah, so Alex mentioned that this customization comes from tagging each exercise with things like muscle group, patterns, priorities, and locations. What this means is that when a plan is created for your client, only the correct exercises will be selected for that person's particular needs and goals.
Yeah, and I think in addition to that, the more you as a trainer continue to add to your platform and personalize it with your workout style and ethos, the better the experience is for your clients because they have more options when swapping an exercise, for example. This can improve adherence, so their motivation towards their program is they're more likely to see results with full personalization, but also loyalty. People want to pay for something that is unique to them from someone they like and they trust.
Yeah, next up is the news, where we want to discuss something that's affected millions of people since the beginning of the pandemic, and that's long COVID. We've been curious to know how exercise plays a part in recovery for your clients and what you should be telling them in this time.
It was a really interesting thing to look into, actually, because doctors and health professionals worldwide seem to have differing and developing opinions on this. One article from the International Journal of Life Science Methods discusses thoughts from Pennington Biomedical Research Centre and how long COVID can increase blood glucose levels to the point where people develop a condition common among people with type 1 diabetes. So exercise has been said to help reduce these levels of inflammation, which then cause the increased blood glucose levels, and also aid in this progression of clinical depression, which comes as a result of long COVID.
It's interesting, and to play devil's advocate here, not the opinion of everyone. The New York Times released an article about someone who was recommended exercise by their doctor, only to have their symptoms get even worse. A biostatistician and health data scientist at the Indiana University School of Medicine mentioned how long COVID can cause POTS, or postural or orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. Basically, what this means is that the body struggles to regulate things like body temperature and heart rate. The syndrome is usually triggered when a person stands up after lying down and is most commonly affecting women between the ages of 15 and 50. Symptoms include lightheadedness, fainting, and rapid heartbeat, which are relieved by lying down again. So what this means is that managing body temperature and heart rate are things needed to exercise safely. And although they do agree that exercise can be positive when a patient is at a certain point in recovery, it's not always the best thing for everyone.
Yeah, it seems like exercise can make a positive impact overall, but it really does come down to the individual to assess how you feel and what exercise is appropriate. It's a good reminder for your clients to check in with themselves in order to address what exercise is right for them, and make sure you lead them to the section of your platform that provides cardio options or exercise alternatives for those low impact days. We'll leave the links below if you want to check it out. Next, we're discussing what are we watching, and I'm so excited to talk about this episode of Impact Theory that we have been watching.
Yes, so one of the most recent episodes of Impact Theory from Tom Bellew is called The Top Foods You Absolutely Should Not Eat to Live Longer. Science journalist and New York Times bestselling author and the host of the Genius Life podcast, Max Lugavere, joins Tom to discuss this particular topic. It's hard to comprehend that there are more overweight people on Earth now than underweight people, and that 9 out of 10 people have some sort of metabolic illness.
Yeah, I have to say, this is one of my favorite podcasts, and the episode did not disappoint. We can sum up the learnings from this podcast into 5 key things. The first one being to avoid processed food and added sugar, something that Max spoke about quite a bit.
And I was fascinated to hear that on average, there are like 77 grams of added sugar in most portions these days, certainly in the States.
Yeah, something that you hardly really notice either unless you're paying quite close attention to. And Max spoke about this within the episode. Another one being that dairy is great for humans, so who are not lactose intolerant, of course. In general, it has natural fat globule, which is great for the brain. And another one is deodorized grains and seed oils are bad for your health in the long term due to their high polyunsaturated nature.
Yeah, and I mean, not surprisingly, daily antiseptic mouthwash is not good. While it kills the nitric oxide in the mouth, it's not ideal for you to be using mouthwash on a daily basis. You know, I think it points to the fact that natural foods and whole grains and natural remedies, if you like, are the better choice. So things like grass-fed meat, wild fish, and free-range organic eggs are a better source of protein than plants for us. Meat is overly demonized in his opinion. So, something to pay attention to are natural supplements as well. So the source of where you're getting your foods from and any supplements that you might be recommending, the way in which those supplements are put together, the sources of those foods and the organic nature of them is going to be more beneficial and it's something that you need to pay close attention to versus overly processed foods and supplements.
And again, everyone will have different perspectives on these things, but it was an interesting watch nonetheless. We'll leave the link to the episode below if you're keen to watch or listen to it, and let us know your thoughts as well.
And just in case you haven't heard us chat about the First 15 challenge that's in play at the moment, this challenge is your opportunity to make a real difference at the same time as building your business.
Yeah, to add to that, like this is your opportunity to impact as many lives as possible over 100 days and be in to win an investment package and prizes.
And so far, more than 6,050 lives have been impacted since the 21st of June. And a shout out to newcomer Max Wyatt. He's just come on board and he's one of the top leaders since his program launched.
Awesome. And the great thing about this challenge is that no matter how long that you've been with MacroActive or had your platform, everyone has an equal chance to make an impact with this competition. Cool. And that is all we have for you guys today. Thank you for watching. We look forward to seeing how you continue to impact more lives with some of these resources.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And remember that the close friends group on Instagram is a way in which you can stay up to date and get information about what's going on at MacroActive. Ciao for now.